Hello everyone, in today's short video, let's talk about how to solve 5 SQL query questions. So in today's video, I'm going to introduce the structure of dataset we are going to apply first, and then we can solve 5 SQL query questions step by step. Here are the 5 problems we are going to solve today. The first one asks us to write a query to get the second highest salary among all employees. For the second problem, we need to have a query to get employees with same salary. For the third one, we need to get employees older than 30. For the fourth one, we need to have a query to find duplicated records. And for the fifth one, we need to have a query to exclude duplicated records in table. First, let's have a look at the tables we are going to use today. For the first 3 questions, I'm going to use salaries table and employees table. In salaries table, we have employee number, salary, from date to date, which means this employee get hired from this day to this day. And you can see we may have same employee numbers in salaries table, but it has different salary and from date to date, which indicates this employee get promoted during this period. And in employees table, we have employee number, birth date, first name, last name, gender, and hire date. This kind of basic information. If we want to join these 2 tables, we can join them on employee number. So the first problem asks us to have a query to get the second largest highest salary among all employees. We all know how to get the highest one. It's pretty easy. We can just select max salary from salaries. But how to get the second highest salary? The logic here is we get the highest salary first, then we select max salary once again, but this time we want it to be different with the highest, so that we can get the second highest. So let's see how it works in SQL. So before I write the query, I may want to know how the table looks like. So I wrote this query, select all from salaries, order by salary, column in descending order. I want to know which is the highest, which is the second highest salary. So you can see this is highest, this is the second highest. Then we run the query we mentioned before. We select the highest one first, and then we use not in to get the second highest. Let's see if we get the correct result. Remember, this is the second highest. Yes, we got the correct result. Next problem is how to get employees with same salary. So the logic here is we self-join the salaries table on salary column. We want the salary column to be different, but we want the employee number be we want the salary be same, but we want the employee number be different. So let's have a look how it works. We select all from this joined table. We join the salaries on salaries table on the salary column, but we ask it to have different employee number. So here we got employee number different, but same salary. I want to remind you here, when we use self-join, it is necessary to give an alias to each table. Let's see if we don't have it. What will happen? Let's try it once again. You see we got error, not unique table alias salaries. So remember to give alias to the self-join tables. Next problem is write a query to get employees older than 30. In this problem, I apply the floor function and the dateDiff function. dateDiff is used to calculate the difference between two dates. So how many a date difference between two dates in this function. So the dateDiff function has two parameters. You can put two date here. In this case, I have the current date and the birthday. So I calculate how many days difference between these two dates, and then I divided the number of days by 365, which is the number of days in a year. Then I may get some like how many years these employees have lived in this world, but it may be it can be a float number, but I don't want the float number, so I use another function floor. Floor returns the largest integer value that is smaller than or equal to a number. And after that, I gave the column a name as age. In the end, I use where to put a condition here. I only want those employees older than 30. So here is the query. Let's write and see if we can get the correct result. Yes, we got all the employees older than 30. The fourth problem and the fifth problem, I'm going to use another table because I need a table which has duplicated result. This is the query I used to create this table. If you want to have the same table with me, you can run this. The fourth problem is how to write a query to find duplicated records. So let's go back to the table. So you can see in this table, we have duplicated records. We have 3 marks, we have 2 Marys, and 2 duplicated records for Ben. How to find those duplicated records? In this case, we create another column, give it name as CNT. We count how many times the records has showed up in this table. And then we select those records like have the count number bigger than 1, so that we can know they are duplicated. This is an easy one, so I'm not going to show how to run and what the result will come out. This is the output. The last question is how to write a SQL query to exclude those duplicated rows in table. In this problem, I apply the partition by to divide query results in partitions. And I also apply the row number function, which is a type of window function, to assign a sequential number to rows. Let's see how it works. Let's have a look at how the new employees table look like first. So here we have 7 rows duplicated records. Next, I want to create another column which is called new row number. Row number. Use the partition by. So you can see how the partition by work here. It count those duplicated rows from 1. So we can see I count duplicated records of Mary from 1 to 3. And then start from Mary, it count from 1 again. So it's 1, 2. And for Ben is also 1, 2. And next, I want to put this table in a nested query to select those rows with only row number as 1, these 3. So I select all from the table we created here and give a name as T, and we use condition, we use where to say we only want those records has row number equals 1. Let's see. Yeah, we finally got only those unique records. 1 for Mary, 1 for Mark, 1 for Ben. So this is the query for the last problem. If you feel learn something from our video, please like our video, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you.